Hey, Cancer friends, it's me, Jess, owner of My Taropist. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here, friend. I am about to do what I call my therapist session, and this is my general reading that I do. It is my signature spread, and what we're going to do is take a look at your mental energy, your interpersonal relationships, what's bothering or distressing you, if anything, and your emotional energy. And then if we have time at the end, I will go ahead and get some advice, or we'll just kind of see how spirit leads and guides in this reading and what's coming up and what we need to dive more deeply into, right? Okay. So I've already shuffled your energy into this deck. So if you just do me this favor, friends, we're going to use Line Strider Tarot deck by Sciolo Thompson, which is a good deck to use, guys. I love Sciolo Thompson's decks. Anyway, take a look into my eyes on whatever device or screen you're watching on, friend, and take a deep breath with me. Ready? And I believe, you guys, that tonight, and I'm going to split the deck towards you as I'm talking, tonight or tomorrow, well, when this comes up, I think it will be that night is a full moon. So just a reminder, I know as Cancers, we tend to be a lot more affected by the moon cycle. And so just take good care of yourselves, you guys. I know a lot of us are going through plethora of things and situations. So just make sure you're taking good care of yourself. Make sure you do like a nice little full moon ritual for yourselves, friends. And full moon is also a really good time to release things. So start thinking about maybe what you might need to be releasing in this season, and make a conscious effort during the full moon part of your ritual to be energetically releasing those things that are not serving you as we're going into this new cycle, you guys. Oh, interesting. So we got the Seven of Cups as your energy overall on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like a lot of you might be breaking through some illusions, some confusion. Wow, this is a lot of some heavy energy. We'll get a little bit into it. We'll get a little bit into this is a little pre-shuffle reading for you before we get into the actual spread. So stick around, you guys. Remember, this is a general reading. Not all messages will resonate for everybody with Cancer placements, but my hope and prayer is that if you stick around to the end of this reading, there will be at least a message here that really hits home for you and helps you and gives you some clarity in some way. So please do stick around to the end and watch the entirety of this reading, because sometimes also messages will come full circle and it all kind of gels at the end there. So anyway, appreciate you guys. All right, so you got the Seven of Cups again, and then underneath that, the Star card, the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Wands. We're doing a bit of a different setup if you guys are familiar. King of Pentacles underneath that, the Sun card underneath that, Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, first of all, I'm going to call out some signs. I don't always typically do that right away, but I feel like I should for you guys, just in case any of these signs are signs that happen to be other placements in your chart, or people that you're dealing with, or people in your life presently, particularly if it's like romantic. Doesn't have to be your relative, somebody close and near and dear to you that might be in your energy as well at this time. So we do have water energy with this Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have wand energy, also the Sun card, so Leo, strong and prominent here, but also it could be Aries or Sagittarius. We have the Star, which is Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or have Aquarius in your placements in your chart. And we have the King of Pentacles here, so you could be dealing with a male earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for some, okay? So with this energy that I'm seeing presently, you guys, especially with the Seven of Cups, Star card, Eight of Cups, Nine of Wands. So I feel like a lot of you are maybe exploring some options right now. You might be re-evaluating some of your dreams or goals with the Star energy, or healing. A lot of you are definitely healing from some past wounds and past hurts and heartbreaks maybe, or just feeling an energetic lack. I feel like for some of you, or depletion, I should say, for some of you, you might have been dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you may have had to walk away from due to some past wounds or hurts or pains that this person has caused you. I feel like at one time, this person was somebody that made you very happy. Maybe you had this beginning with this person and it seemed very promising. This could be a job for others of you with this King of Pentacles as well, right? But I feel like there's this strange energy. Yeah, it definitely could be a job. It doesn't have to be. It could have been somebody that you were in a romantic relationship with, that you were maybe building with and or maybe worked with as well for some of you. But I feel like for some of you, you've walked away from this situation, or you're trying to heal from it. And maybe now you're kind of looking at what other options are there for me. Maybe if this is a romantic situation, you're healing from this person's King of Pentacles character, male or female, doesn't really necessarily matter, but Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, especially, or just somebody that seemed like you had maybe a higher level of commitment with, or seemed like a person that kind of seemed mature, seemed to have their shit together. Maybe at one time they presented a certain way as being like very stable, very abundant. And then you realize, like, I don't know what this person did, if they did something to you, but there's some old wounds and pains, and you've already walked away from this. And I feel like you're kind of healing from this, and you're kind of in this energy now of like, maybe you're kind of, it's sort of like, it feels like this might have been, if this is resonating for you on a relationship type of level, this might be, and for somebody this could be a father figure or a boss or somebody that you worked with, okay, for some. But it feels like, I feel like any illusions that you might have had with regard to this person, and this also could be a situation, like you might have been in a situation where you were feeling really abundant and feeling yourself, do you know what I mean, friends? And you're feeling really good, but something has happened to you all, okay? You're a bit wounded in the season, and you've had to walk away from a situation or an individual, again, that you're having to heal from. And I feel like you're coming to this place, I feel like in your lives, just generally speaking, where you're starting to kind of see things clearly for what they are. And you're no longer living in like this sort of fantasy land of what could be or what you think things are, and you're starting to really see the reality and the truth of things, you know? I feel like the illusion has been shattered. It's like you've seen beyond the curtain, friends. And I feel like some of you are kind of also in this place where you're walking away from one situation and you're reevaluating your dreams and your goals and your desires and your wishes. For some of you, this is what you want in a relationship. For some of you, this is what you want for career, or even a literal physical location of where you want to live, right? Or what you thought your life would be, or what you thought you wanted out of life. It's like you're kind of coming to this place of realizing like the dream has been sort of shattered for you, I feel like. And I feel like you're kind of exploring other options, and you're kind of looking at distant horizons, whether that be like literally or figuratively, right, friends? And you're kind of like, what else is out there for me? And I think you're now on this journey to kind of heal yourselves from whatever you're walking away from, but also to kind of look toward the future in a hopeful way. I feel like you're starting to kind of regain that hope that you had lost from the past, right? And kind of looking to see like, okay, I'm walking away from something and I'm realizing like what that was. It was just an illusion. It didn't serve me. In fact, it was wounding me. It was hurting me. It was causing me pain. And now I'm realizing like my true North Star, or whatever my real hope for my future is elsewhere. And I think you're kind of starting to realize not only are you breaking the illusion of what you thought was, but you're also coming to this place of understanding that there is still hope for me elsewhere. There are other options available for me, and let me go out and go forth and explore those, right? Okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. What is going on in the mental energy of my Cancerian friends? What is going on in the mental energy of my Cancerian friends? Okay, so we got the Page of Swords. Yeah, you guys are like really in thought. I feel so much that you guys are in this exploratory phase or stage of your lives, for some of you that are watching, where again, you're sort of kind of I feel like you've put an end to a certain cycle in your life, or put an end to, I don't know if it's necessarily a cycle. For some, it could be, but I feel like for others of you, it's more like reassessing your goals and your dreams. And that could take shape in, again, relationship, how you view that for yourself and your future. It could be where you want to live. It could be your career. Any of those major life choices is kind of what I feel like, sort of like your course correcting your path. Not that I feel like there was anything wrong with where you were, but it served its purpose. And I feel like it got to a point where it was like emotionally or energetically draining, and there was too many past old wounds and hurts. You know what I mean? Sort of like, and this is just one example of many things that you guys could be going through. So take it as it resonates, friends. But sort of that feeling of like when you've been in a place for so long and there's just so many old memories and things that have happened that were painful for some, and it's sort of like, I could stay here, or I could go somewhere else and make new memories and have new dreams and have new hopes and new desires. Sometimes you really have to, in order to allow the energies to shift, you have to shake things up, and you have to actually take action toward that change in order for things to shift energetically. If the water is stagnant, friend, it's never, you know what I mean? The energy is stagnant. The water is stagnant. There's never going to be this free flowing movement. Things are never going to shift. They're never going to change. They're never going to progress if you stay stagnant, So I feel like some of you are definitely in this place. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you got the Page of Swords. I feel like you're in this place of where you're really just kind of exploring your options. Maybe you're doing research about what it is that you want in life, what your goals are. I feel like these are both your energy, this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles. You could have a female earth sign and a female fire sign in your life, but you also could have fire and earth in your chart prominently as well, friend. But I feel like this is you, okay, male or female, again, does not matter. But I feel like you're kind of looking at exploring your options, specifically, I think, when it comes to your work and your career and those sorts of energies, and your home life, anything that's related to that pentacle energy. So work, home, finances, career, that sort of thing, maybe again, relationship, commitment, and then this Queen of Wands energy. So this is your passions, your drives, your desires, your dreams, your hopes, your intuition as well. Like water, also an intuitive energy, but Queen of Wands also, your fire, like what drives you, what you're passionate about, that forward movement. So I think you guys are also kind of, it's sort of that energy of trying to find your fortune, or trying to find, I was going to say fame. I don't know about fame, but like you're trying to go after, actively achieve some goals in your life, but you're trying to figure out, how exactly do I go about doing that? I think some of you also might mentally be trying to bring some balance sort of to, your sense of self-worth, your sense of esteem, and then also your finances, career, and that sort of thing. Maybe you're trying to kind of balance these energies within yourself, the sense of stability, but also the sense of passion and adventure in that wand energy. These are two very, not opposing energies, but very different energies. It's like you're trying to find balance between what's practical and reasonable and responsible, but then also have some fun and also, feel that fire as well. So you might be kind of trying to bring balance to both of those energies within yourself in a mental space, right? And I feel like there might be some conflict going on with you and within your intuition, the High Priestess, Five of Swords. So like mentally, again, there's this energy of you trying to really find some balance and harmony in your life in that mental space, and kind of not Yeah, I feel like also I'm sorry, there's a lot of messages coming out. I feel like also for a lot of you, 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and then 4 of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you might be contemplating a move or a trip or an adventure, or you're just wanting some forward movement in your life, in some area of your life, but you're also maybe trying to save toward that. So financially trying to store up your resources and trying to save. It may not be quite the right season yet. And maybe that's part of this conflict that you're feeling internally. You might be ready for this change in this movement, and this new beginning, that sort of like this Page of Swords is sort of hearkening, but you're still trying to figure some things out. And there may be a bit of conflict within your intuition, because it's like you're trying to bring balance in these areas in your life, right? And you're trying to figure out like, okay, what's the next step? What should I do in order to have these things, in order to be in this energy, like feeling yourself, feeling confident, feeling abundant, right? How do I manage this? And I feel like there's a bit of a waiting period that's happening also with this Temperance energy. And it might be creating some sort of a conflict with yourself, with your intuition, because it's like intuitively you want this balance and you know that you have to have this forward movement in order to achieve it. But then at the same time, there's a bit of a conflict because there's a bit of a hold up and a waiting period in order to get there, right, friends? And so here you are, because the Page of Swords, pages are cards that can denote communication, but the Page of Swords is one, for myself as a reader, if you really dive into the Page of Swords energy, he doesn't really do anything. He doesn't take action. He's the one that waits for things to kind of line up for him to get all of the information and the resources that he needs. You know, he's doing that research. He's trying to figure things out. He's trying to figure out when's the time to make the move, when it's not the time to make the move. I'm waiting for this letter or this message to come in before I know it's okay. I'm waiting for that check to come in before I know it's okay, or whatever it is, you know? So it's sort of like he's kind of watching, waiting, gathering intel, but he's not taking action yet. There's no action. Then the Knight of Swords, then it's like, I got the information I need. I did all the research. Now I'm ready to go. Let's go. But we're not there yet, friends, right? Not mentally, but we're starting to put the pieces together, right? Moving from that 7 of Cups of like that bit of confusion, breaking through the delusion or illusions and delusions and what have you. And now it's like, okay, I know that a change needs to happen. I know I'm walking away from this thing to move to the next thing, but let me figure this out. Like, how exactly is this practically going to work? Now, for some of you, this is not for everyone. Some of you, might be having to make sort of a decision between two people. So for some of you, you might have someone that you're very passionate about. Maybe you have a very strong sexual or physical attraction to, and then somebody else that you see more like a long-term committed potential for a relationship with that person. This is a separate message, not for everybody. And so some of you might be kind of trying to figure out, you know, what do I do here? Because I kind of like them both. Like, can I have them both? And it's like, no, you can't necessarily have your cake and eat it too. But some of you might be trying to figure out how to make that shit happen. I'm just saying, not for everybody, but all right. That's a totally separate message. You might be having your eye on somebody that you are attracted to, that you're also thinking like, could also be potential like relationship material. But let me do a little spying and digging and figuring that out before I pop this question. Okay. That's for some of you. All right, let's see here. What is going on in the interpersonal relationships of my Cancerian friends? All right. Wow. Okay. All right. So we've got the 5 of Cups came out for you, friends. So 5 of Cups, you know, some of you might have, again, I do feel like for some of you, you have walked away from a connection or relationship that was no longer serving you, that was causing you more pain and more heartache. And I just feel like the love was lost from that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was something that you maybe had tried, you gave it a good college try, right? You maybe tried once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times maybe to make it work or whatever. At least 3 times, friends, with this 5 of Cups. And I feel like for some of you, you finally just realized like there's too much past hurt and pain and woundedness attached to this. And so it's just in my best interest to just move the fuck on and not deal with this anymore. But I feel like there is this energy of you like still kind of looking back with a bit of longing and a little bit of regret that things did not really work out the way that maybe you had hoped that they would. Okay. But what you're missing here is the fact that even though, sometimes it serves us well to leave people, and this isn't love, it could be anyone. Like I just feel like there are people that you've lost in the season. Either they've passed or they've left your life, they walked away, or you've walked away from them. And there's just a sense of like regret and sorrow attached to this 5 of Cups energy, and looking back on what you have lost in terms of people in your life, that you've lost, relationships that you've lost in your life, and kind of feeling a bit sad and a bit nostalgic and regretful, I think, for some of the hurt that you might feel still emotionally attached to losing these connections. Now, I just feel like, with this Wheel of Fortune underneath that, and then we've got the King of Swords, and then we've got the Chariot, and we've got Judgment. So this is your card, and we've got 4 of Wands underneath that. Knight of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, some of you definitely have left a higher level of commitment. I feel like for a lot of you, you've had to leave a situation that was no longer serving you, friend. For some of you, you've left home or left family for the first time, or maybe not the first time, but have left a home or family situation. For others of you, you may have had some communication with regard to somebody leaving. So maybe like a relative of yours or somebody close to you has had to leave their marriage or their relationship, and you've gotten word of that. That's for some, not for everybody. You could have been dealing with Aquarius. We've got Scorpio, we've got Leo again, and Taurus again. We've got King of Swords, so it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that you've been dealing with. We've got Judgment, so it could be Sagittarius. And then we've got also the Chariot, so it could be another Cancer. This could be you. But I do feel for some of you, now I'm going to say this, for some of you, there could be a comeback around. And again, I think I said this, I think I saw this on a couple other readings that I did recently, because there is a Mercury retrograde coming. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde already. So you could be having somebody who's trying to come back around, okay, after you or they have walked away. And if that is the case, I do believe it was somebody that you did have a higher level of commitment with, particularly, sorry for that, friends, particularly if it was an air sign, but it doesn't have to be, really doesn't have to be, just somebody that maybe was very cold or very logical, intellectual person, somebody who might have been very smart, but then didn't have very high EQ, right? Maybe they couldn't express themselves in a very emotional way. They might have been really held back emotionally. They might have been kind of cold or harsh to you, maybe with their words, especially the way they spoke to you. But again, there's strong energy of maybe somebody who wants to have a new cycle, a new beginning with you in this season, who you presently are feeling a bit heartbroken by. They could be trying to start up a new cycle with you. They, like looking at, okay, is this the right time for me to come back around to my Cancer? Like, is this the right time for me to come back and roll through and try to start this shit up again? But here you are on this energy of like, I'm still butthurt about what happened in the past. Let's clarify this 5 of Cups for my Cancerian friends with regard to their interpersonal relationships. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. Typically, if you've watched my readings before, I tend to shoot on a camera, and I've just been like myself feeling a little bit like drained energetically. I'm just like, I don't want to set the whole thing up. Let's just do it this way on the laptop, you guys. I hope that's all right. I might get it together for some of the other signs. So if you watch multiple readings, then, you know, you might see a different setup there, but let me know how what you think about this setup, friends. Is this cool as a backup plan? Okay, so what came out for you to clarify? Temperance again and Queen of Pentacles again. And then bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. I do feel like someone wants to heal a conflict. Like someone definitely feels like they want to come out of conflict with you, you guys. They might feel either you or them. This could be you wanting this, okay? So take it as it resonates. Flip it if it needs to be. But there's somebody who's regretful, I feel like, with how that they left things with you in a place of conflict. It could be a Pisces. I feel like this person hasn't really forgotten you, and I do feel like there are feelings there. I just feel like this is somebody that hides their feelings or doesn't express them very well. Maybe the way that they express themselves emotionally is more like angry or more fighting, argumentative, which is weird. Do you know what I mean? Underneath that, we have Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like this is someone that just doesn't show all their cards. You know what I mean? It's like they could be feeling this Two of Cups, like this soulmate energy for you, but you'd never know. You never know how they felt because they don't tell you, right, friends? They keep it hidden. They keep it close to them. They don't express. Eight of Wands underneath that. They just don't express how they feel. But I do feel like this is somebody who is very attracted to you. Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, like that's looking at you like maybe after some time apart, they might be looking at you like, you know, they really see you as the prize, you know, they see you, they want to come back around and kind of to make things right. I feel like it's less of an energy. I do feel like there's definitely some hidden feelings here attached to this energy, but I do feel like it's also that this person just hasn't forgotten. Like they feel really awful. I feel like of how they left things with you. Like they feel kind of defeated by this situation. I'm not sure what happened. Tell me in the comments. Give me all the tea. But I do feel like at this time, now this could be a mother for some of you, okay, you guys, or if you're a mom, you know, it could be a mother figure, but I do feel like this person wants to heal things with you and make things right because they do see you as abundant. They see you as a solid, stable person. There's definitely hidden emotion here and attraction here. And I just don't think that they really like where things left. I think they have a lot of regret about that. Again, take it as it resonates. This could be you feeling this way. But I do feel like this person is going to try to come back around over some time. I don't know when that will be. Again, it could be during the retrograde season. It could be another time. It's definitely after some time has passed. I feel like from whatever this hurt or this pain that they caused you or the situation caused both of you. And I do feel like they want to come back just to try to make things right and make amends. I'm going to clarify this Queen of Pentacles. It could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be Sagittarius. We've got water. And we've got air pretty prominently as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So please clarify this Queen of Pentacles in this interpersonal. Who is this Queen of Pentacles in this interpersonal? Okay, yeah, for sure. I do believe this is you, friend. Like this person has been stressed, and I mean stressed the fuck out over whatever happened. Either they left you out in the cold or you left them out in the cold. And this has been quite a bit of a burden. Now, something definitely, wow, a cycle with this person definitely has ended in the past, okay? And again, I feel like though this person, it's still been a burden to them. Like they know that they did you wrong. For some of you, this could be related to financial situation. I don't know if this person like stole money from you, like they owe you something, because there's quite a bit of pentacle energy with this 5 pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So again, it could be that they feel like they want to come back and make things right and owe you this money. That's for some of you. For others of you, it's just like there was an element of like rejection and regret and despair, and like this person is in anguish over it. And again, this is what actually came out, the Magician and the Page of Cups. Like they want to manifest a new beginning. They want to come back, I feel like, and apologize. I feel like this person is going to come back around and try to tell you that they're sorry or try to make amends in some way, because I feel like it's really eating them up and causing some sleepless nights. Now, again, this could be you that's feeling like you want this you want to apologize, you want to have a new beginning, you want to clear the air with this person. You could be really longing for this person and feeling really sad about what happened, okay? But either way, I do see a return, and I do see some sort of an apology and someone trying to manifest something. Now be wary, because in this deck, this Magician coming out with this this Page of Cups gives me a little bit of concern, especially when we've got like this energy underneath that, and I'll tell you why, because in this Page of Cups card, it's like, yeah, she's got the cup, and it's like she's coming forward to apologize or to confess something or to have some emotional communication, but there's this like dark element behind her in this bunny. And then with the Magician here, it feels a bit tricksy. So just if this does come up for you guys, if someone does after some time try to come back around and make amends with you, just be really careful what their true intentions are. Okay, if this is somebody that did steal from you in the past, for example, or like left you sort of energetically or financially depleted in some way, just be careful that they're not in there for their own interest, because there's that coin looking pretty prominent there next to this monkey's hand, and it's like he's got his hand out with the coin on his finger, and it's almost like, yes, I will offer this apology, but what do you have to give me in return? Like, yes, I will try to make things right, but what do you have to give me in return? And I'm not saying it's necessarily that terrible, you guys, but I just kind of got to say, like, I feel be a little careful what their real motives are, that there isn't some hidden agenda if they do come back around and try to have a new cycle or a new beginning with you in some way, okay? Just make sure there's no catch, no strings attached. You know what I mean? Okay. What is bothering or distressing my Cancerian people? What is bothering or distressing my Cancerian people? Okay, yeah. Some of you definitely been dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or potentially a Leo. And some of you were in a higher level of commitment with somebody that you had to walk away from. Because we got the Queen and King of Pentacles now here. Now, the King didn't come out. It's on the bottom of the deck. But what did come out for you is the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Cups, which is why I'm saying, like, some of you have had to leave a situation that was not emotionally rewarding or fulfilling to you. I feel like some of you now, there might have been some communication, like written communication, either DMs or text or emails or straight up letter of some kind, okay? Or some kind of communication that was really heartbreaking for you guys, I feel like, in the past. And I feel like you might be waiting for communication from somebody in that same form. That's for some of you, not for everybody. But I do feel like there was a situation that you guys had to cut ties with somebody, walk away, or a situation that you had to cut ties with and walk away from. Because I feel like it was triggering to you in some way, because I'll be honest, I don't know if it was just this situation or if this situation sort of set off this domino effect or trigger that invoked like memories of the past of other times you were treated in this way. Does that make sense? So like if it was a relationship with somebody and they treated you in a particular way and it reminded you of like, oh my gosh, wait, I've repeatedly allowed this behavior in my life. Like I've been here before. I've actually been in this situation before. Or if it was like a job and you're starting to feel like, oh, I felt like this before and it didn't feel good then and it didn't feel good then and now I'm repeating this cycle. It feels sort of like that because it feels like older wounds. Now either this was something that you were in for a long time with a person or in the situation for a long time. Like if it's a living situation, like maybe you lived there for, for years, you know what I mean? And it's like this accumulation of just like bad memories and bad, breakups or heartbreaks or pains or aches or illnesses or whatever the fuck, it's just like, this place has too many like bad memories and bad juju. It's time to go. Okay. Or it could have been like a relationship that you were in for a really long time with somebody. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, you're feeling, some of you, I think, are just generally feeling like a bit energetically or emotionally depleted in this season. And you just kind of need a break and need to heal and need to walk away from something to just like really put that distance so that you can have the time and space that you need to really heal from this, right, friend? But I feel like for others of you, it's like you're still healing from whatever it was that you had to release and let go of. Some of you may be having to make a decision about work, about if this is, if this job or this opportunity like really is bringing you the most joy and serving you in the season or not. Okay. You might be thinking of a career change for some of you. For others of you, again, this is about love and looking towards your future and like wanting that twin flame connection or that soulmate connection and wanting that passion and that desire and that drive, but also seeing a future and something that you can really build with somebody. And maybe where you're at, you don't see that future. You don't feel at home there. Your heart's not happy. It's not singing and ringing for you. It's not, you're trying to move towards your passion. And I feel like for some of you, you need to reignite this passion and this desire and this drive and these dreams again. It's like you need new dreams. You need to dream new dreams. And for some of you, you're realizing you cannot do that where you're at. A transformation really, really needs to happen. Okay. Death card. You need a transformation. It's just like what I was saying before. You're wrestling with this fact because you know that this new beginning is elsewhere for you, friend. 3 of Wands is not where you're at. And I think there's an internal struggle because you know that this new beginning is elsewhere. Your abundance is in this new beginning. And I think you're just trying to kind of make a decision and realize and come to have this, or having this wake up call, that one, you got to heal from this past, but also 2, you got to move the fuck on and go, where you can grow. Go where you can grow, friend. And that is not where the stagnant water is, because that's some poisonous shit, right? All right. I'm definitely going to get advice for you guys at the end. All right. What is going on in the emotional energy of my Cancerian friends? What is going on in the emotional energy of my Cancerian friends? I'm not going to lie, you guys, this reading does feel quite heavy. I am also Cancer, Sun, Gemini, Cusper, but I do feel like there's some heaviness here for some of you guys because it's like, already. I just feel like there's still some healing that's happening for some of you. I think this feels a little bit raw, a little fresh for some. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I was trying to connect and see if more came up there. But so what came out for you, your emotional energy is the Lovers. That's good. And 2 of Wands underneath that. And then once again, Knight of Wands underneath that. And then 9 of Cups. Okay. I feel like you guys are in this season, Cancers. You might be dealing with a Gemini. You could also, again, more of this fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, and 9 of Cups, more water energy, Ace of Wands. Yeah. I feel like emotionally, I do feel like even though there's kind of this a little bit of this ickiness going on as you're moving away from the thing that didn't serve you anymore, or the person that didn't serve you anymore. I don't think it's any one thing. I just feel like energetically you guys are in this time of transformation and change in your lives and healing from the old and transitioning to the new, sort of, but you're kind of putting in that leg work or wet work right now to kind of get to this point where you know exactly decisively what that looks like for you, friend. But I do feel like with this Lovers here that emotionally, I feel like you're starting to your fire is getting lit again. I think you guys are getting hopeful about your future. Like I was saying in that pre-shuffle message. Yes, you're having to leave one thing to go to the next, but I do feel like it's giving you this renewed sense of hope and optimism. And I feel like it's kind of, as you're making these decisions and making these plans towards your future, for some of you, this is about a move with this 2 of Wands here. You see he's even got the little world there. And the bunny's even looking at these lovers. I feel like you know that your passion is elsewhere, your fortune is elsewhere, that you kind of know that it's time to make a decision to kind of follow your own bliss and to follow your own passion and drive here in the season. Knight of Wands, like I think some of you are really ready to explore. Some of you might really want to travel. So I feel like emotionally you're kind of getting a little bit excited about a new beginning and about this transformation that's getting ready to occur. Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio. It's like you're kind of feeling excited. And I feel like it's, you're feeling a bit like the cat that got the canary. Like you kind of know, I think intuitively, that this transformation is going to allow for growth, for new growth here. Ace of Wands, like new beginning, a new fire being lit. You might emotionally, I feel like you guys are kind of coming to this place where you're starting to feel, hopeful and optimistic about your future in a way that you weren't before. Excited for some of you, maybe about traveling, about moving, about even potentially finding a soulmate somewhere, again, or twin flame, 2 of Wands lovers, if you're into the twin flame phenomenon. But I just feel like the idea of a new beginning somewhere else, or in a new situation or whatever, it's potentially like a new relationship or just having fun and exploring your options. You know what I'm saying? Getting it in and having some fun. I think the idea of that is like really exciting to you on an emotional level. I feel like emotionally your passion and your fire is being reignited and lit. And that's so good, you guys. I just think that there's this undercurrent of this sort of still regret and sadness is looking back at the past and what you're leaving behind in order to go in this new direction and this new adventure. And I think you're happy and optimistic and hopeful about that, friend. But I do feel like there is also a bit of a sense of like sadness about what you're leaving behind. And that's a very Cancerian, right? Because we're very nostalgic and sentimental sort of folk. And so I do feel like, there's just a little bit of that going on, and that's okay, you guys, because I feel like things are, once you do make this shift fully and completely on every level, you're going to feel even better all the way around, right? Just be a little bit wary of whoever this is trying to come back. I don't know if they're there for, a good time or a long time, or just to make things right and make amends with you in some way. But that's the only thing that I'm like, just be careful and keep moving forward, you guys. Don't look back. Do not look back on this past, because there's too much pain there. There's too much pain there and too much regret and sorrow and loss. And don't look back. Keep going forward. I think be very wary this retrograde season, my Cancerian friends, that you don't let anything that happens in that season set you back too much or too far away, right? Also, friends, be very careful that some of these big decisions and life decisions that you're trying to make, maybe wait until after we are clear of the retrograde. I would even be careful now about making some major decisions. Doing this research and being in this energy, this Page of Swords energy of like where you're doing your research, you're kind of getting your intel, like you're kind of feeling things out. That's all fine to do, but just be careful about making the big decision before that retrograde energy has like cleared. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. let's get some advice for you and close this reading out. Okay, friends? What advice do we have for my Cancerian friends in this season? Now, remember, these readings are timeless, so I just put them out typically once a month, but whenever you find this friend is when it's meant for you, okay? It's whatever the energies are presently in the moment. 9 of Cups wanted to come out. What advice do we have for my Cancerian friends? Okay, yeah, exactly that. Oh, no, I thought that was Temperance. It's Judgment. Underneath that Knight of Swords, 4 of Wands, I don't know. I feel like, either you guys need to have a conversation, or I do feel like some of you need to make a decision to move, physically move your location. Let's clarify though. Please clarify what happened. What was underneath that? Yeah, 6 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like some of you might need, in order to really get clear and get rebalanced and find that harmony and balance that you're looking for, you may really need to make a decision to move on and move away, like completely leave behind whatever it was that was causing you this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for some of you, it is time for you to decide to move away and to find that you're going to find that harmony and that balance and that sense of home and happiness that you're looking for elsewhere, friend. But let's clarify this Judgment card. Do you know what I mean? It's like I was saying, if you stay in that stagnant water, like nothing's going to grow. It becomes poisonous, full of bacteria and crap you don't want to ingest, right? The water needs to keep flowing. You need fresh water flowing through, and you're also not going to go anywhere. There's no momentum if you just stay in the stuck place. And I do feel like it's like, yes, where you go, where you will grow. And you see this angel has flowers that he's holding with his horn. I do feel like some of you do need to make that call, but let's clarify this Judgment card for my Cancerian friends. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Please clarify this Judgment card. Yeah, I do feel like, so you got to clarify 5 of Pentacles, right? And then underneath that 10 of Wands, Tower, and underneath that World card. So yeah, I think you guys need to fully release these burdens from this past cycle and really clear your energy from these past painful cycles, whatever it was that was bothering you. It's like you guys need a complete fresh start. You need to release these burdens of the past, allow yourself to begin this new cycle, make this judgment call. For some of you, this is travel or moving, World card. Like, it is definitely time for you to release whatever this is that has left you feeling depleted in every way. For some of you, it's like where you're at, maybe you're not able to really, and this could be a job situation too for some, like, but where you're at, you literally may not be able to physically be well, to be yourself. For some of you, this is also financial, like you might be struggling or depleted financially where you're at. It's a burden for you, to try to maintain here. And so it's, to maintain yourself physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I just feel like some of you just really need to decide to do what is going to help you to thrive. You need to decide to do what's going to help you thrive. And if you're still stuck on something that has already ended, you guys, if you're still holding on to the past or something that has been done in your life, like if this is a relationship and you still keep looking back to it or still trying to start a new cycle again from, something that's old because you still have feelings and you might still you might still feel emotionally attached in some way. It's like, friend, you've got to release that burden. Like, this is over. Don't, it's like you went back to the wreckage and took some of the, pieces of the building that collapsed and put it on your back and is like, no, I want this, my babies. And it's like, no, you don't. It hurts you. It brings you pain, friend. This is not, you don't want to carry these burdens with you. This is done. Allow that tower to fall. Drop those burdens, friends. It's just going to keep you depleted in this energy and hurting and struggling. If you keep holding on to it, friend, you've got to release it. You've got to make a decision, I feel like, to really release the past and allow yourself to move forward into the future and what God has for you going forward in this new season. And for a lot of you, I feel like that is not where you're at. Either not in the relationship you're in, it's not the job you're in, it's not the home you're in, it's not the city, the town, the place where you're in. You know, for a lot of you, I feel like this is major change a brewing. But again, do stay in this energy of trying to make sure you got your ducks in a row, keep planning toward that future. And then when the time is right and in the right season, pull that trigger and go. And don't keep recycling, you guys. I just feel that strongly. Don't keep recycling. Again, don't stay stagnant. Go where you can grow. All right. I'm sending you guys so much love. Cheers to you, Cancer friends. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Why haven't you? Come on, subscribe. I do general readings every month for all the signs. And then I also do seasonal love readings and birthday readings for whatever season that we're in. So coming up is going to be Libras. So stick around and hopefully we'll get more content out too eventually in the future as we keep growing and grow with us, friends. All right, sending you so much love. Cheers, and don't forget to book a session with a real therapist. Thanks, friends.